Hello to everyone and welcome on this YouTube channel. If you are discovering this channel through this video, let me present myself very fast. I'm called Leve, a computer science and ICT teacher. So here we are going to follow with a new training on the channel. So this training is concerning Microsoft Excel. Very important. So this is a chapter that is always coming at GCE board in fact. So this video is concerning advanced level ICT student and ordinary level computer science student, because at the level of Microsoft Excel there are a lot of similarity in past question, meaning ICT and ordinary level computer science. That is why this training is concerning the two level at same time in fact. Good. And at the same time, when we are going to start with past question, you'll be seeing that there are some past question of ordinary level that is coming the same as that of advanced level ICT. So just to tell you that if you are ordinary level, if you're in ordinary level, you can answer past question of Microsoft Excel for the ICT student at advanced level. There is no problem, and vice versa for those in advanced level ICT. To prepare, you can still answer ordinary level Microsoft Excel. There everything's same. Good. So we are going to start in fact, and before starting, let me just make a small comment. Good. So I've decided to make this small training because I think it is necessary for you to have all the different knowledge in Microsoft Excel before answering past question. Because if you are doing the reverse, there is a problem. You can be answering past question and one day you fall on the question that you never saw before. So that is why it's necessary for you to follow a training, meaning a class on Microsoft Excel. After that, you can now answer past question, like to revise all what you have studied during the class. So we are going to start. The first thing, what's Microsoft Excel? So Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet software developed by Microsoft in fact. So that's why sometimes you'll be seeing they are talking about spreadsheet. So spreadsheet, they are just talking about what? Excel, Microsoft Excel. Good. Now the question is, what is the use of Microsoft Excel? Because each time when you are studying something, at least know the use in real life. Mean that where are the sector in life where we are applying those what you are learning in fact, or where they are applying the software you are learning. Good. So the first point is organize and store data in table. Exactly. So we are going to start with the training. You'll be seeing how we are creating table, storing information inside. For example, in a particular school, all those your different report cards, they are doing that using Microsoft Excel. Meaning that Microsoft Excel, they are going to create a table where they are recording the different subjects, they are recording the different marks, and at the end, what is good is that Microsoft Excel is going to permit us to make some calculation. Example of calculating maybe the average of students, maybe to determine who is the first of the class, the average of the class, all this in the position of the student in the class, the rank, all those things in fact. So Microsoft Excel is helping us to do such thing. Good. So here you'll be seeing perform calculation. Good. Create chart and graph. Good. There are some questions under this, so we are going to see how to do it later. Analyze and summarize data using formula and function. Function also, we are going to look at that. Good. So at this level, the only thing you need to know is what is Microsoft Excel, meaning that it's spreadsheet software. Good. That permits us to what? To record maybe data, make some calculation on the data, analyze the data, and it's all. Now we move to the second point. So I've organized the note already. Now the second point, Excel interface overview. So the first keyword you need to retain here is workbook. So what's a workbook? A workbook is just a file in Excel, and it is having the extension .xlsx in fact. But what is good is that the extension, you don't really need to care about that, because when we are going to use the software, it's just like other software like Microsoft Word, maybe CodeBlock, all the software you have been using in fact, where you just give the name and the extension is automatic. Good. So we are going to start with that. So let me move to my desktop. So this is my desktop here. Now in the exam, you are just going to look where Microsoft Microsoft Excel, sorry, is found on your desktop. So if Microsoft Excel is not found on your desktop, you move at this level down here, you just type Excel like this. So I'm having Microsoft Excel 2013. So you can just click there and it's going to open. Or if the thing is on your desktop in French, bureau, like my own is it here, I'm still having it here, I can just right click there and this is the software. So this is the first interface of the software. Now at this level I don't want to like talk too much because we did a training on Microsoft Access database. So those software are similar in fact, because all those software are software from the company Microsoft. That's why the interface are looking similar. For example, this left part here are the recent project, meaning these are the recent exercise I've been solving. Exactly that. So at this level here, where just follow my cursor, this is where we create a blank workbook. You see, good. The rest, where what you are seeing here, just forget about that. So you click there. Exact. So this is the first page, in fact. So we have created a workbook now. So the file, in fact, where we are writing everything concerning Microsoft Excel is what we call a workbook. Exactly. So this is that. Okay. So we are going to move. I will be explaining everything small. So let me move back to the note now. So the workbook is clear. So the workbook is just that file that we are creating. Good. And the file is having this extension. Now the next thing is, let us save the file so that you can be seeing the extension. So I move back at this level. To save the file, you just press Ctrl S. So this is not new. When you press Ctrl S, the next thing is you are going to click on browse. Or before clicking on browse, let me do something. Let me move to the desktop. On the desktop, I'm going to create a folder here. New folder. I'm going to call it Excel. So here, this is where I'm going to be save all the different exercise. Good. So I've created one thing. So at the GCE board, the same thing. You're going to create your a folder with your name where you'll be saving your work. Good. So here, let me start back. So you move at this level up there. Either you just press Ctrl S or you click on File. You just click on Save As. You click here on Browse. Now at this level you move to desktop. My desktop. Now Excel. I click on my Excel. So I'm going to give the name here. Let me just call this book 1. No problem. Good. So if you look here, follow my cursor. If I click here, you'll be seeing that here there are different extensions. So at this level, you're not going to touch something. You leave the first one, which is Excel workbook. Good. So I click on save. So doing that now, he's going to put the extension automatically. Okay, good. So you have saved the file. Now if I move back to the folder, the thing is there. So good. So let us continue with the note. Now the next thing is what we call a worksheet. So a worksheet is what? A single spreadsheet in a workbook. So a worksheet, let me just call it worksheet. A worksheet is contained in a workbook. So let me move back here. Let me show you. Now move here. If you look down here, please be careful at this level. You'll be seeing that here, this page you are seeing here is what we call sheet 1. Sheet 1 is just like a reader, or let me explain it with simple word. So the workbook is like a book, in fact, like the word is saying book. Now inside a book we are having different pages. So that is what we call now a worksheet. So this one sheet here, I can click at this level. You see, this is the second sheet. You see, good. So I can navigate like that. Good. I'm saying that because you're going to have some question where they will be telling you that your workbook is containing 3 worksheets. At that level, you should be understanding the meaning of worksheet now. That okay, when you open the Excel file, you move down here to look at the different sheet. Very important. So good at that level. So I hope it's clear. Now, a cell. So the next keyword here is a cell. So what is a cell? The cell is the intersection of a row and a column. Example A1, B1. So let me show that very fast. Good. So when you are looking this sheet, in fact, so let me move back to sheet 1 because here I'm at sheet 2. Let me move back to sheet 1. So, good. So when you look this sheet, a sheet is made up of rows and columns. So the rows here are having different number, meaning row 1, row 2, row 3. But the column are having the letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, G, and the rest. So it's very clear. Now, so this is how we read. A cell is just representing a box. When I place my cursor here, I hope you are seeing that. So this is a box, this is a box, this is a box. Now, all these different boxes are having a name. And a box here is what we call a cell. So note that very well. So when I place my cursor at this level, this is cell what? A1. So how are we reading it? We first of all read the column before reading the row. Mean that column A, row 1. So the cell is called A1. So if I place my cursor here, we are going to call this what? B1. You see? If I place here, we are going to call this what? G1. Now let us say I'm going to place here. Good. So try to think the answer before looking the video. Let me give you 1 second. Okay, let me give the answer. So this is cell what? B5. Exactly. So this is how we read a cell in Excel. Very important to know that. Good. So we continue with the note. Now, a row, I've already explained what is a row. Row are horizontal line. You see, they are number 1, 2, 3. Column are vertical line. Label A, B, C. So it's okay. Now, the formula bar. So this is the formula bar at this level. So this level here is what we call the formula bar. So this is where we are going to write our different formula. But majority of the time, you are not going to use it. So for the formula, I'm going to show you how to enter formula. Good. So you are not going to use this formula bar. Good. Just know that with this formula bar, when you'll be entering your formula, you are going to visualize it up here if you want. Good, but we are going to practice and you'll be seeing how it is working. Now, we continue with the note. Now, the ribbon. So, ribbon here is what? The toolbar at the top with tabs like home, insert, formula, and the rest. So, this is what I'm calling ribbon here. Good. So, what is up here is what we call a ribbon. And the ribbon is made up of tabs. Like here, this is the home tab, the insert tab, the page layout, formulas, data, review. So, majority of the time, meaning for the majority of the exercise, you are going to use home. You are going to use insert also. You are going to use formula and data. So majority of your past question, ICTl like ordinary level computer, you'll be using those tabs. So note that very well. Good. Now, so let us continue. The next thing is basic data entry. Now, how to enter data in Excel. So yeah, it's very easy. So let me show it very fast. So I'm going to create a table. So this is already my sheet here. So I'm just going to create something like, let us say, table having student information. So here, let us say the name. Let us say here is the age of the student. And let us say is the mark. You see? Good. So this is it. Now, at this level here, you're going to enter information. Let us say here the person is called Eve. After entering that, you can press enter to move to the next. Let us say junior. To the next, you see, Lorraine. I'm not giving name like that. Wisdom. Good. Now for the age, let us say here it's maybe 12. Let us say here it's 23, 13, maybe 14. Good. For the marks, let us say this person is having 14. This one is having maybe 12. This one is having maybe 09. This one is having maybe 3. Good. So how you are seeing how you are feeling, in fact, this, because you'll be having questions where they are giving you a table and they ask you, okay, enter that table in Microsoft Excel. So it's very easy. You just copy the table as you are seeing here. Good. So always take note of this row and column because this is what you are going to use to read a cell. Very important. Good. So the next thing, I'm going to show you how to put border. So to select cells in Microsoft Excel, this is how you are going to do it. Follow my cursor. Good. So you place the cursor at this level. You make sure your cursor is having this white plus. Meaning that you make sure the cursor change to a white plus like this. When you're having that, you can now select. Hope you are seeing that. Because some students can select, maybe look, the cursor have changed. I'm still having a plus like with the different arrow and with a black color. When you're having this, you cannot select. No, this is just to move. Like you see how I can move what I did here. you see. So when you're having that, is to move, in fact, to select, make sure you're having but a wide plot, very important. Now you're going to move up here. So yeah, I'm not going to explain too much because it's similar to what we did in Microsoft Word, what we did in Microsoft Excel and the rest. Like for example, to add borders, you move at the level of font, you click this, you add borders. Let me choose all borders. You see, it's going to add borders like this. So small thing. In fact, we are going to answer past question. You'll be seeing how the different type of question they are asking. So in this video, I'm not going to waste time to show you how maybe to center a text, because this I think you people know already. We did that already in Word. We did that in Microsoft Access. For example, let us say I want to center, or let us say I want to increase this thing here. So the different row, the different column, sorry. So I'm going to move up here. Just follow my cursor. I hope you are seeing the symbol of my cursor, and I hope you are seeing where my cursor is, not down here, but up here at the level of this AB. I place my cursor there and make sure it is changing like this. I can now place on the click on the left click of my mouse after I move the mouse. Now if I want to move it to the left, I can move it like that. Let us say I want to do same for H. I hope you are seeing that. Now if you look very well here, you'll be seeing that name is at the corner, H is at the corner, and mark is at the corner. Let us say I want to center them. What am I going to do? You select, you see, remember that to select, your cursor must change to a white plus. After doing that, you move at this level up there, you see, alignment, center. And at this level, we are still at home, the home tab. Good. So if I click here, it's going to center. So this I think, let us say you want to center the name also inside here. You just select them and you move here, you center them. Next, let us say you want to put in bold. What are you going to do? You select everything, you come here, you put in bold. Good. If you want to underline, you can underline. Very nice. Now, let me select all of this. I want to carry this table. So if I want to carry, remember, make sure you place your cursor at the border here, and your cursor should be having those that plus with different arrow. You press, remember that each time you want to move, just press the left click of your mouse and move. Now you are free to move. Let me put it somewhere here. Good. And when I put it here, look at something. Now name, remember that at this level name was at the cell A1, but now since I've moved, name is now at the cell what? The cell B7. Hope you are seeing that. Good. That's why I'm saying it's very important to always know the position of your different information. Now let us say I want to have a title here like student information. Good. Something like that. You finish to write, you press in any box. If you press in any box, look at something. You are having something like that. But remember that this information is only on one box. What is that box? The box is what? B4. Let us say now I want that this information should take the cell B, C, and G. So what am I going to do? I place my cursor here. I select B, C, and G. Hope you are seeing that when you select, the color is changing here to something like gray color. You see? Good. So after that, you move at this level up here, still at home tab. I hope you are seeing merge and center. You just click there. Merge and center. It's going to merge the three box directly. Good. Meaning that next time if you click here, hope you are seeing that he has merged this in fact. And I've seen merge and center. That's why when he merged, he centered this directly. Good. If you don't want this to be at the center, you just select and you come and click up here. Wait. You just select, you come and click here like that. This thing here. Good. Hope you remember that. So good. You can put it in bold. In fact, so these are just small things I wanted to show at this level. Very important. Good. Now we continue with the note. So we are done. Now basic Excel terms. So we have discussed about the term already. A cell, you know already what is a cell. A range. Now let us move to what is a range. Very important. Example of range, you are seeing that here they say A1 is to A5, or you say A1 is to. In fact, to indicate range, you are using this is to. Now let me show you how to do it. If I move back to Excel, you see, now let us say I create another box here, another row, another column, sorry. Let me say the column is called maybe I don't know. Okay, let us say this was mark 1. Good. Let us say now this is mark 2. Okay. Okay, Mark 2 in fact. Maybe this is the mark of mathematics. Let us say this Mark 2 is maybe for English. Okay, he had 11 here. Here he had maybe 1. Here he had maybe 20, I don't know, 20. Here he had maybe let us see 5. Good. So what is happening? So now you are seeing that at this level it is not there is no border. So since there is no border, I can decide to add by selecting, moving back up at this level, and just click there. He has added the border. Good. Now here I'm going to create another column called total. Now at the level of total, I want to make total to be the sum of Mark 1 and Mark 2. So here we are already seeing how to make some formulas. Good. So I'm just doing that because I want to show something. So to make a formula, now what I say is that you can click on this box and you move up here at the level here, you start writing your formula. But I don't want you to use this method. To make a formula, just place yourself at the level where you want to calculate something. You right click, meaning you click 2 times like that. Now you write equals to. Equals to, very important. After writing equals to, what you are going to do is you select the box you want to sum. Here I want to sum Mark 1. So you click on Mark 1. Good. Now you write plus what? Plus Mark 2. You just select the box of Mark 2. You see, now here he's putting G8 plus E8, and it's exactly that because the first mark here that I've selected 14 is at cell what? G8. I hope you are seeing that. Now 11 is at cell E8. You see, good. So this is the shortcut to do it because you are going to waste time if you really want to look it small yourself to come and write directly. So you just click, it's going to fill it automatically for you. After that, just press enter. Good. And it's exactly that. 14 plus 11 is 25. Exactly that. Now let us move back to range. Now if I move at this level, let us say here is total. I'm just taking any example. Now let us say I want to sum all this mark up here. So if I want to sum all this mark here, what is happening? Normally I'm supposed to say, if you look very well, you'll be saying that here is what? 14 is at what? G8. I'm supposed to do G8 plus what? Plus G9 plus G10 and plus G11. This is what I'm supposed to do. Meaning that I'm going to say equals to G what? You just click there to have it all. Okay, I did a mistake. Equals to, I click there, G8 plus G9 plus G10 plus G11. Good. If I press enter now, you have summed all this. Good. But doing that, imagine that now you are having a column of maybe 100 mark. Are you going to continue like that? J1 plus J2 plus... No, it's going to waste a lot of time. So we are going to use what we call a range. Range simply means you are going to give where you are going to... The range in fact simply means you indicate the beginning and the end of what you are trying to solve. So I don't need to explain something here again. Everybody is doing mathematics, so you know what we call a range. Good. So a range simply means you give the beginning and the end. So the beginning here is what? Is 14, and 14 is at what? G7. It's what? It's G8. Yeah. So I'm going to put G8. Now the last one here is what? Is G11. Hope you are seeing that. G11 is at this level here. So at this level here, it simply means that no need to precise all what is in between. I'm just going to say G8 is to G11. Hope you are seeing how he has selected all this. Hope you are seeing the selection. Good. Let me remove a bit. This is to G11. At this level, what is selected? Only 14. You see, when I say is to, I put G. Let us say I put G maybe 10. G10, he's selecting only what? Only from 14 to 9. So if I say G11, he's selecting what? From 14 to 3. Hope you are seeing that. Now the next question you are going to ask, okay sir, how are we going to make the sum using this method? Now we are going to use what we call a function. A function that is going to help us to make sum. We are coming to that. So for now, I just wanted you to understand the meaning of range is 2. Good. So let me remove that. Same thing. It simply means that if I come at this level, let us say I say equals to. Good. So if I place my cursor here from 8, I select everything. Let me just select. Hope you are seeing that when you select, he is representing it as a form of range, meaning that you are selected from C8 to E8. Hope you are seeing that. Good. So sometimes this is how you are giving ranges. Not that you are going to come here and say it's true. You select yourself. No. You just select the whole range and it's going to do it automatically for you. Hope it's clear. We move back here. Good. Now the next thing is formula. So we have discussed already about formula. So I told you that you write a formula, you just right click, you use the keyword equals to, and you write your formula. Maybe this plus that, this might, in fact, you'll be seeing the different formula here together. Good. So the next thing here are before going, function. Good. Now the different function you can be having are sum, average, if, and all. Okay, let me just explain some of them. Good. I'm going to move back at this level. I want to make total of all these different marks. So remember that the first method was this plus this plus this plus this. So this time what are we going to do? I'm going to put equals to. I'm going to use the function called sum. You see that there are different functions. So just know that it's by practicing that we are going to learn the whole of the different functions. So I cannot explain all these functions in this code. But what is good is that it's very easy. Majority of the functions are very intuitive. Meaning that when you are saying sum, it's very clear it's to sum something. Good. Numbers, in fact. So I'm going to... When you just write sum, you see, it's going to appear. When it's going to appear, you right click on that. You just tap, you see, so that it's going to appear. Now, there's one thing you need to know about functions. Functions are very easy. Each time you write a function, you tap on the function. After that, you have right-clicked on the function. You just try to look here. You'll be seeing that there's a small message appearing. So the role of that message appearing is just like to show you how to use the function. This all. Example, here what are they saying? They're saying that when you write something like sum, in bracket, what you're supposed to put is the different number you're trying to sum. I hope you are seeing that. So they are showing you how to use. Now, our own is, what are we trying to sum? I'm trying to sum from here to here, you see. I hope you are seeing how I'm writing that in form of range. After that, I close. Enter. Good. The thing has sum. So take your calculator and sum 14 plus 12 is 38. Hope you are seeing that. So you are seeing that another person can just say this plus this is going to waste time. And the same thing, another person can move inside the function of sum and say G8, G9, G10, so he's going to list all what he's trying to sum. But doing this, the answer is coming out, but it's still wasting time. So I hope you are seeing that the notion of range is very important and is helping us to save a lot of time. Hope you are seeing that. Good. So I just select what I'm trying to sum. Direct, he's putting the range automatically for me, you see, and he's sum to sum. So in this case, even if you are having 100 things to sum, it's very easy. You just write the equals to the name of the function and you select. Good. So please, hope you are practicing the same time you are looking this video. Now, there are different functions. There's another function for average. So I can move here and say equals to, you just write average like that. It's going to appear. When the thing appears, no need to write it full yourself. When you're already seeing it appearing, just tap on that. It's going to appear automatically. And directly down here, he's going to show you how to use it. And what is the function telling us? That we just indicate all the number we want to calculate the average. And you people know that average simply means what? Sum of the different number divided by the total number of number. So you are seeing that than to write that manually yourself, the function is doing that automatically for us. Good. Meaning that if this function were not existing, what are we going to do? Then we are going to suffer. Why? Because I'm going to do this, meaning that this plus this plus this plus this, meaning that I'm going to sum all this. After, I'm going to say divided by what? Divided by 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, I'm going to do it manually myself, but with function, it's already helping us. Good. I hope it's clear. So I continue with the note. So this is a bit with function. There are different functions. So just know that by the time you are going to answer past question, you are going to use different functions together. But still, inside this video, I'm going to explain just some little function. Good. Now we move to the next thing. Basic operators in Excel. So operators. So you're having addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and power. So you can test it now. So you can just test. Meaning that let me come in one box here, this box here. If I put 2 like this and I put this cap, 2 to the power maybe 3 is 8 if I press. Okay, so there's a small problem. You see, I told you that when you're writing a formula, you must put equals to, because when you don't put equals to for him, he's just seeing this like a normal text. Good. I hope you are seeing that he's putting an 8. Nice. So never forget to put equals to. Now, so we are done there. Good. So I think this video is long, so we are going to end here for this video. Now, so in the next video, we are going to continue at the level of function. So ciao, see you in the next video.